What's up, everybody? I'm in Carl Sagan's Cosmos book here. I'm on page, see if I can zoom in on that. Page 209. What you'll see here is hypothetical solar systems. Obviously, this is before exoplanets were found. This book was copyrighted in 1980. So that leaves it, 36 years ago. But if you'll notice, the number there is Earth masses, and you have hypothetical objects going all the way out. And on the x-axis, that's the distance from the star. So imagine the main star is right here, all on the left-hand side. And when you look at the solar system, obviously that's B. So you would have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, I think that's Ceres, I'm not sure. And you have, Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. But if you look closely at all those, they all are different. There's a hot Jupiter right there. So they showed that this hot Jupiter could form really closely. I thought that was interesting. Also, the solid bodies, those represent solid material, like the Earth. And I also found it quite ironic that they had the larger ones, the gaseous and even plasmatic ones, as being not differentiated completely. I don't know, that's unwittingly, probably because they wanted to put the number inside and not on the outside, so that was probably just an illustration type thing. But they do differentiate between the star shines and then the planet doesn't shine anymore. You see the little lines that represent radiation coming out of it. But that's quite peculiar, because if they would have just shown that, if this were to lose mass, it would become like that and it would stop shining and then it would eventually go down the line. But I think there's a few points I wanted to show here. Carl Sagan here says that these are stars and these are planets. That's the big thing here, is that he keeps them separate, and that shows that he actually didn't understand what actually happens to them. But I really enjoy the fact that they had Jupiter so close. That's really cool, and how they have them all random, like 732 Earth masses there, 29.2 Earth masses there, almost 1,000 Earth masses there. And the fact that they are spread out through the solar system at varying distances from the host object was definitely well beyond its time. I think the people who drew this up were actually beyond what current scientific establishment understands, which is really crazy, and I'm glad I found this. But just to show you how random a lot of these things can get, and that they had showed in the past that it could be extremely random like this, is it's a lot. As well, they have rocky objects way out there as well. And according to their models, these should have only been in the front, according to the protoplanetary disk model. So the fact that they have it all random like here is really amazing, because that's exactly how the solar systems are going to be, that we find with the Kepler, and soon to be going up the TESS telescope, and then the W first telescope. They're going to find a whole bunch of randomness going on there. But yeah, I've been reading through this book, and there's a lot here. It's only on page 209, but it's really cool to find stuff like this. Yeah, hopefully if I find some more stuff here, I'll go ahead and show you guys. This is here, after calculations done by Stephen Dole, Richard Isaac Min, and the author. So they did a few calculations and they drew that up, but they really didn't know what was out there. As much as I like to disagree with a lot of Mr. Sagan's ideas, I really wish he was still alive. That way I could show him how close to a major discovery he really was. And, you know, all these other gentlemen as well. It's a real tragedy to see them pour so much energy and effort into something and miss the very, very basics. It's like right between their fingers. It's a tragedy. Hopefully I can get a hold of more scientists and let them know before it becomes a tragedy for them too, that something as great of an understanding as this, you know, doesn't slip through their fingers as well. I think I said the date already, May 20th, 2016. Alright, later guys.